And as that happened, the majority of people might want to accept some even harder control or something like that, because it will be fearful, and politically that can play out in many different ways. But I think that in a year from that point, there will be a new balance emerging, where we will start to adapt to a world much more clearly, where the abstract values do not dominate, where the West doesn't dominate, and start to adapt where nobody dominates really, and we will just sort of stand there on our own selves, so to speak. It's yeah.
You mentioned this movie about the 2012, and it will be the end of the world, and they are, Hollywood is playing a big role in all this fear mongering.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are fearing a lot about everything today, and normally I say to them, your fear will not help you anyway. So just don't fear, because fear is in the mind. Go into the heart and feel instead, and find out how you can live a better life and do something good for other people. And
absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, what now it pops into my head. What is it about this number 13? We have removed it from the character system in Denmark, and Friday the 13th, people are, every time I say my email is about 13, they say, oh, this is unlucky, and I say, no, it's perfectly not unlucky. Can you just take the mystery away from number 13?
Yeah, yes, I think so. Yeah, I at one point I lived in the Swedish town of Mora in Dalarna, and I had just moved there, and so I went to the bank, and I wanted to have a deposit, safety box there, and it was probably 1,000 different safety boxes, and there was just one of them left, and that was number 13. And then the lady there, the bank clerk, she said, "But you don't want to have that, right?" But then I said, "No, that's perfect. That's exactly the best one I want to have." It sort of illustrates what you're saying, that in European culture, 13 has become a number of bad luck. And in the United States, they often do not have the 13th floor, because nobody wants to live there. So I don't know how, the people that live on the 14th floor, if they still feel safer then, because in reality it is the 13th floor. But anyway, the background to this is that 13 is a critical number of creation. It's a critical number in these evolutionary processes that the Mayan calendar describes, because it's the end of such a process of 13 different segments, if you like. And what this means is that people can have different attitudes to it. I mean, I think it's almost like as if it reflects your faith in the cosmos, in God, or in the universe. So if you associate the fulfillment of one of these processes with something good, you will think about it as a good thing. But if you do not want the universe to have some kind of a plan in the way that Mayan calendar describes, you might actually want to suppress anything that has to do with 13, because that will always remind you of the fact that, in a sense, we're just co-creators here. We didn't really create the plan, and so I think that's the background. It has the number 13 is a really important number in the Mayan calendar,
What day is it today?
Today is 13 Ik, which is 13 wind. So we're coming to an end of a 13-day period, and it's sort of a short little thing. It's a completion of a small little 13-day count, as you would say.
I read in your book, and I was very happy. I have been very happy about reading many things, because when you find resonance, it's always right, because when you know that, oh, this is the right way. But you say you've written a place that we are all one, and you also write that love is 13, or 13 is love, and we are all equal, but. Yeah, and then we are all equal, we are all one, and we are all responsible for our actions and reactions, actually for our co-creation. So we are all responsible for what is going on in the world, and we cannot just close our eyes and deny anymore. I have this thing I would like to show you.
Yes.
About you could say, the typical denial will not see, not hear, not talk.
Yes, right.
Is it over for denial now? We have to.
Yeah, I think this is the way many people look. Kind of. I think we are in the world right now. I really experience very much in a state of denial in many ways. But I can also feel that it's a time when, somewhat belatedly, things are at the same time clearing up for others. I have felt that with some of my own collaborators very strongly ever since this rebirth celebration in May 9 to 11. It's somehow there's a new clarity coming. And this is something that affects many aspects of life. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We are reaching towards the end of the galactic period soon, and the ethical period. And I just sense inside, I connected very much to the calendar and to the source, and so I just sense, I'd say to people, don't worry, because this will all work out, and it will not happen, all the fear-mongering things they are put out to scare people. I just say, stay centered, stay aligned, and do what makes you feel good, and all these things, because it will work out good, and it will not manage the dark forces will not manage to take over. It's like they're trying to capture the whole planet, capture evolution, and it seems like they are very ignorant in some way.